My sister once told me, with that smug little smile she saves for ruining people's confidence, "You'll never own property. Some people just aren't built for stability." I laughed it off. Because at the time, I didn't realize the punchline was supposed to be me. 2 years later, after paying her $3,200, 0 cents in rent every month, I found something in her drawer that made my blood turn cold. And the moment I saw it, I knew everything in my life was about to explode. If you're interested in this gist, hit the like button, subscribe, and type "interested" in the comments, and I will give you a heart. People think the worst lies come from strangers, but no. Some of the most soul-rotting lies come from the people who've watched you grow up. People who held your hand across the street, who braided your hair before school, who claimed they wanted the best for you. My sister, Serena, was one of those people. At least, that's who she pretended to be. Then one afternoon, with sunlight hitting her face like she was the patron saint of condescension, she looked at me and said, "You'll never own property, Maya. Some people are just better off renting for life." I laughed, not because it was funny, but because if I didn't laugh, I would have strangled her with the dish towel I was holding. At the time, I thought she was just being her usual self, arrogant, shiny, gifted with a magical ability to make you feel financially illiterate just by breathing in your direction. But what I didn't know then, what I could never have guessed, was that this wasn't just normal sisterly competition. Oh no, this was the first crack in a fault line that would destroy everything I thought I knew about family loyalty. Fast forward a month. My landlord decided to sell the building I'd lived in for 4 years. The man barely gave me time to blink, let alone save. 30 days to move. 30 days. And at that moment, Serena swooped in with a solution like she was auditioning for Big Sister of the Year. "Why don't you move into my spare condo?" she said. "It's just sitting there. You can stay as long as you need. Family discount." It sounded like a blessing wrapped in glitter. I didn't question it because why would I? She was offering stability, a lifeline, a roof. Plus, she said the rent would be manageable just enough to help with maintenance. Her exact words. And what kind of maintenance costs $3,200, 0 cents a month? Apparently hers. But I didn't realize that until later, much later. At the time, I packed my belongings, moved into her condo, and told everyone who would listen, my sister really came through for me. The first month felt okay. The second month, tolerable. The third month, I noticed things, little things, that didn't add up. Serena had money, real money. She worked in finance and enjoyed saying things like, "My portfolio did great this quarter," while sipping iced matcha like it was liquid superiority. So why would someone like her need $3,200, 0 cents from me? Why would she need my rent at all? I asked her once, just casually. "Hey, Serena, does the condo have a mortgage or something?" "No," she said, barely looking up from her laptop. "It's paid off." I blinked. "Paid off? Then why is the rent?" Maya, she interrupted, giving me that face, the one that said I was being naive again. "You're living in a prime area. Condos like this rent for $4,500, 0 cents on the market. I'm giving you a deal." I swallowed my annoyance because I needed a home. I needed stability. I needed time to save. And every time I got close to pushing back, I'd hear Serena's voice in my head like a ghost whispering, "You'll never own property." Maybe she was right. I wasn't great with money. Or maybe I was just the kind of person who life enjoyed punching in the jaw every few years. So I kept paying, month after month, until one day I came home early from work with a splitting migraine and a craving for cold leftovers. Serena wasn't supposed to be there. She lived across town, but her key was always active. And when I walked in, I heard movement in the back bedroom. Her voice on the phone, sharp, panicked. I froze. "I told you," she hissed. "She has no idea. She thinks she's just renting." I inched closer, my heart thudding like it was trying to escape my chest. Yes, she continued, $3,200 every single month. A pause. Of course, it's all profit. She doesn't know a thing. My hand flew to my mouth. Profit? My rent was profit? Wait, if the condo was paid off. I backed away before she saw me and hid in the hallway until she left. My head spun. My stomach twisted. I felt played, used, betrayed. But it wasn't until later, when I went searching for an envelope I'd left in her old dresser, that I found the thing that set my entire world on fire. A folder. Thick. Labeled with Serena's name. I shouldn't have opened it. I should have respected boundaries. I should have walked away. But you don't respect boundaries after hearing your sister talk about you like you're some clueless cash cow. So I opened it, and the first page punched me so hard emotionally that I had to sit down. It was a property deed. Not for one condo, not for two condos, for 6 properties, all fully owned, all under her name, which wasn't the shocking part. The shocking part was the date. She had bought the condo I was living in years before. She told me she just happened to have a spare one. She had planned this. She had known I would need a place. She had known she could name any price. And the worst part, at the bottom of the folder was a handwritten note. A note she had written to herself, a goal list. Goal 3. Passive income stream, at least $3,000 0 cents / Mo from Maya before she figures things out. My name. On her financial goals. Like I was a revenue source, not a sister, not a human, a stream of income. Something snapped inside me that day, something deep and core and irreversible, because this wasn't jealousy. This wasn't sibling rivalry. This was exploitation dressed up as generosity. And as I held that folder in my trembling hands, one thought scorched its way through my mind. Serena was about to learn exactly what figuring things out looked like. I didn't sleep that night. I just sat on the floor with that folder open like it was a crime scene and I was the detective who finally found the body. Every time I tried to close it, the words on her goal list burned through my eyelids. Passive income stream, at least $3,000 0 cents / Mo from Maya before she figures things out. I swear I could hear her voice in my head, slow and smug, like a villain in a bad soap opera. And of course, on cue, my phone buzzed. Serena, hey sis, rent due tomorrow, just a reminder. The heart emoji nearly sent me into orbit. The audacity, the gall, the Olympic level entitlement. But here's the thing about betrayal. You don't just feel it, you marinate in it. It gets into your bloodstream like poison. You don't just get angry, you get strategic. So I texted her back with the fakest smile I could type, hey, yeah, no problem. And then I started planning. But something I didn't expect happened the next morning. A knock on the door. Not a gentle knock, a pounding one. Maintenance, a man's voice yelled. Maintenance? I didn't call maintenance. I opened the door and a tall man in a neon vest stepped in like he owned the place. We're here to fix the leak in the back bedroom, he said. Leak? I repeated. There's no leak, he shrugged. Owner put in the request. Owner? The word hit like a slap. I followed him down the hall, and sure enough, he walked straight into the room Serena had been in yesterday. The room with the dresser, the folder, the lies. He didn't fix anything. He wasn't checking anything. He was looking around, inspecting, measuring. Finally, he turned to me. You know this place is going up for sale soon, right? My heart stopped. What? Yeah. The owner wants to list it within the next 60 days. I forced my breathing to stay calm. And you're sure? Positive, he said. Your landlord didn't tell you? Landlord. Serena. My voice came out quiet, cold. No, she didn't. When he left, I sat on the couch and let everything settle. She told me I'd never own property. She told me I should focus on saving. She told me this rent was a family discount, and now she was selling the condo under me. Not after telling me, not after giving me notice. No, like I was furniture, like I was inventory, like I was nothing. I called her. It rang 4 times before she answered with that sugary customer service voice she always used when she wanted to sound innocent. Hey, Maya, what's up? Serena, is the condo being sold? Silence. Then a tiny gasp. Fake, badly acted. Who told you that? Maintenance. Oh, she said lightly. That, yeah. I'm thinking about it. Thinking? Thinking? She sounded like she was picking between 2 brands of cereal, not deciding whether to shove her sister into homelessness again. When were you planning on telling me? She sighed. Maya, don't be dramatic. Dramatic. That word, the family's favorite weapon. You'll have plenty of time to move. 60 days is standard. I felt my grip tighten around the phone. 60 days? I pay $3,200 every single month. You're already making profit off me. The least you could do is give me more time. Well, she said, if you struggle to find a new place, maybe that's a sign. A sign of what? I whispered. That you're not meant to live somewhere this expensive. Expensive? She bought 6 properties, 6, fully owned. Meanwhile, I was rationing groceries. Serena, I said slowly, I know about the other properties. I know the condo is paid off, and I know I've been your income source. Silence. Real silence, the kind that says, oh, she found the body. Then she inhaled sharply. You went through my thing? You went through my bank account for 2 years, I shot back. Maya, you're overreacting. Am I? Yes, she snapped. You should be grateful. You're living in a luxury condo. People your age only dream of that. People my age don't expect their sister to treat them like an ATM. You needed a place, she argued, and I helped you. No, I said, you profited off me. And then she said the sentence that completed her villain arc. Oh, come on, Maya. You were never going to buy a place anyway. The word stabbed. Clean, sharp, final. Is that why you're selling the condo without telling me? I asked. Because you assume I won't fight you? No, she said calmly. I'm selling it because the market is good. And honestly, I need the money for my wedding. The venue I want is expensive. That was the moment, the real moment, the moment where everything inside me burned down and rebuilt itself into someone new. Your wedding, I echoed. Maya, she said sweetly, you're my sister. Of course I'll invite you. And then, as if she hadn't just gutted me 2 seconds earlier, she added, but please don't wear anything flashy. This day isn't about you. Something in my chest snapped so loudly I swear the room echoed. Serena, I said. You have 24 hours to tell me the truth. All of it, or I will. Tell who what? She scoffed. No one cares. But she was wrong. Someone cared. Someone would care a lot. And she had no idea I wasn't the only one she was deceiving. Because 10 minutes later, I got a message from a number I didn't expect. Her fiancé. Hi, Maya, it read. We need to talk. I think Serena's been lying to both of us. When I saw Serena's fiancé's name flash on my phone, I froze so hard, you could have preserved me in a museum. Why would he text me? Why now? What exactly did he think she was lying about? I stared at the message. We need to talk. I think Serena's been lying to both of us. And everything in my body went still, like the air held its breath with me. Then another message arrived. Please don't tell her I reached out. My heart pounded. Oh, this was bad. Bad in the way that meant Serena had started juggling lies, and one of them smacked her fiancé in the face. Bad in the way where you know you're about to learn something that will either ruin your life or energize your sense of justice. I typed back, when can we talk? He responded immediately. Tonight, after work, please. I agreed, and the moment the message sent, it felt like I'd stepped into a second betrayal. The kind where the universe hands you the truth, but you know it'll hurt. I spent the rest of the day pacing my condo like I was trying to leave a path in the carpet. By the time his car headlights flashed through the window that night, my stomach was twisted into so many knots. It could have been a Boy Scout project. When he knocked, I opened the door slowly. There he was, Ethan. Tall, handsome, polite Ethan. A man who looked like he'd never raised his voice above a polite customer service tone. Tonight, though, he looked exhausted. "Can I come in?" he asked quietly. "Yeah," I said, stepping aside. He walked in like he was carrying stones in his pockets, sat on my couch, and clasped his hands tightly. I sat across from him. "What's going on?" I asked. He exhaled shakily. "Serena told me the condo wasn't earning anything." My eyebrows shot up. "What?" "She told me she was letting you live here for free," he said, rubbing his forehead. "She told me she refused to take money from you because family comes first." I blinked hard. "She told you I was living here rent-free?" He nodded slowly. "Yes." I laughed so hard my ribs hurt. "Ethan, I've been paying $3,200, 0 cents every single month." His head snapped up, his jaw clenched. "What?" "She's been collecting rent from me for 2 years. "For 2 years?" I nodded. "And the condo is fully paid off?" His face went pale. "She told me the mortgage was draining her." I held up a finger. "Wait, there's more." He leaned closer, eyes narrowed. "Go on." "I found her property deeds yesterday. She owns 6 properties." Ethan leaned back, as if the truth physically shoved him. "She said this was her only property besides the one she lives in." "She lied," I said simply. "She lied to you. She lied to me. She lied to everyone." He pressed his palms into his eyes. "Maya, she asked me for money." And suddenly the entire universe snapped into focus. "Money?" I repeated slowly. "For what?" His voice trembled. "For the wedding." I stared at him. He stared at me. Then he continued with a shaking voice. "She told me she was drowning financially, that she needed help, that if I didn't pitch in, she'd have to sell something important." And that was the moment the entire puzzle fit together. Serena wasn't just greedy. She wasn't just manipulative. She had engineered an entire persona, hardworking, struggling, noble Serena, to wring money out of everyone around her, including her fiancé, including her sister. "Ethan," I said carefully, "she's selling this condo." "I know," he said. "She told me she had no choice." I inhaled. "She told me nothing." His jaw clenched. "What else hasn't she told me?" I looked at the folder still sitting on the coffee table, the one with her real financial empire inside it. I didn't want to show him, not because I wanted to protect her, but because I knew what it would do. But then I remembered her voice. "You'll never own property." Her dismissal, her cruelty, her using me like income. I stood up, grabbed the folder, and handed it to him. He opened it, saw the deeds, saw the dates, saw the truth. He went silent, dead silent. Then he whispered, "She lied about everything." I held my breath as he turned page after page. His hands shook. "She told me she was job insecure and needed to build savings. She told me she was helping you. She told me she was stretching herself thin." He looked at me slowly, hollowly. "She's not struggling. She's rich." "She's been using me," I said. "She's been using you too." He shook his head like he couldn't believe his own reality anymore. "What kind of person does this?" I answered without hesitating. "Someone who thinks she'll never get caught." Ethan closed the folder. He sat back. And then, suddenly he laughed, but not a happy laugh, a dark one, a disbelieving one. "Maya," he said, "you need to hear what she told me about you." I blinked. What did she say? He hesitated. "Promise you won't get upset." "Ethan, everything about her upsets me," he sighed. "She told me you're irresponsible, that you can't hold on to money, that you don't know how to budget, that you're financially childish." My mouth fell open. Ethan kept going. "She told me you've always been jealous of her, that you exaggerate things, that you depend on her too much." "Jealous?" I gasped. "Ethan, she depends on me. I am her income." Ethan nodded. "She said you were lucky she took you in." My voice grew sharp. She took me in because she wanted cash flow. I know that now, he said. I didn't know it then. Silence, heavy, steady, changing everything. And then he said quietly, Maya, I'm calling off the wedding. My breath caught. Ethan, I won't marry someone who manipulates the person I love. I froze. The person you... What? He looked straight at me. Maya, I didn't contact you just to expose Serena. I contacted you because I've realized something. My stomach flipped, my pulse spiked. Oh no. Oh no. This story was not going where I thought it was going, and before I could form a word, Ethan leaned forward and said something that turned my world upside down. She told me you'd never own property, but I think you already own something she's never had. The room spun. My breath hitched. What? What was he talking about? He smiled softly, sadly. You have integrity, Maya. You have a heart. And you have me on your side. But that wasn't the twist. Not the real one. No. The real twist came 10 minutes later when Serena walked in and saw us together, and her face turned into something so dark, so furious, so venomous. I knew the war had just begun. Serena didn't knock. She didn't text. She didn't call. She simply stormed into the condo like a hurricane with perfect hair, the spare key glinting between her fingers like a weapon she'd always intended to use against me. The door slammed so loudly that Ethan and I both jumped. She looked at me first, her eyes narrow, calculating, venomous, and then she turned to Ethan. Her expression changed instantly. Rage, betrayal, fear, jealousy, all wrapped into one horrifying smile. Well, she said softly, isn't this cozy? My heart dropped straight through the floorboards. Ethan stood up, moving instinctively between us like he expected her to lunge at me. Honestly, I wouldn't have put it past her. Her eyes were locked on him. You didn't answer my calls, she said. Ethan folded his arms. I didn't want to. And why is my fiancé, she hissed, in my sister's condo, alone, with her? Because you've been lying, Ethan said, to both of us. She whipped her head toward me. Oh, please, she snapped. Maya has always loved playing the victim. She probably spun some little sob story. The deeds, Ethan interrupted. The ones you hid. Serena's face drained of color. I knew that look. That was the look of someone realizing their entire world was about to shatter in front of an audience. I don't know what she showed you, Serena said quickly, but it's not what you think. 6 properties, Ethan said, fully paid off. And you told me you were barely staying afloat. You told me she lived here, rent-free, Ethan continued. Meanwhile, she's been giving you $3,200, 0 cents a month. That's not. And you told me you were struggling to pay the mortgage, she said. Except there isn't one. Ethan, she said, voice trembling now, listen to me. No, he snapped. You listen. You lied. You manipulated me. You manipulated her. You manipulated everyone. Serena shot me a look so sharp it could have sliced bone. So this is what you're doing, she spat. You're trying to ruin my relationship. Serena, I said calmly. You ruined your own relationship by using it as a financial strategy. She shook her head violently, like she could shake reality back into place. You're jealous, she snarled. You've always been jealous. Jealous, I repeated, laughing. You turned me into your personal income stream like I was a vending machine with feelings. I helped you, she screamed. You helped your bank account, I corrected. You didn't care if I drowned as long as you got your monthly check. That's not true. Then why are you selling the condo without telling me? I asked. Why are you throwing me out like trash? She flinched, hard. Ethan stepped toward her. You were going to let her find out from a realtor, weren't you? Serena's eyes darted everywhere, searching for an escape route in a conversation with no exits. Then she snapped. Fine, she shouted. Yes, I was going to sell it. Because I deserve a beautiful wedding. I deserve to have a future, and I needed the money. You needed the money from her? Ethan asked in disbelief. You needed to drain your sister so you could have nicer flowers at your ceremony? Don't make it sound shallow, Serena hissed. It is shallow, Ethan said. You used your own sister to fund a fairy tale, and you lied to me to get me to pay more. Who does that? Serena's voice cracked, not from sadness, but desperation. Ethan, I love you. No, he cut in coldly. You love control and money and the image of being the successful one. Her breathing turned erratic. Is this because of her? She pointed at me like I was a stain she needed removed. You're letting her twist you against me. You did that yourself, Ethan said. She spun toward me again. You've always been pathetic, she spat, always needing saving, always needing handouts. I stepped forward. You call $3,200 0 cents a month me needing handouts, she faltered. You shouldn't have been living somewhere this expensive. You put me here, I said. You set the price. You made the rules, and then Ethan delivered the fatal blow. Serena, he said slowly, I'm calling off the wedding. Silence, thick, heavy. A bomb going off without sound. Serena's mouth opened, but nothing came out at first. Then you? You're what? I can't marry someone who lies this much. You can't do that, she whispered. Ethan, please. Don't do this in front of her. Why not? He asked. You've humiliated her in front of people for years. Her eyes filled with tears that didn't look sad, just furious. So what, Ethan? You're picking her over me? I'm picking honesty over manipulation, he said, and you've given me plenty of evidence of which side you stand on. Serena turned on me like a cornered animal. You did this, she growled. You wanted to break us up. You've always hated me. You've always been bitter. I tilted my head. Serena, I didn't have to break anything. And that's when she lost it, truly lost it. She lunged so fast, Ethan had to grab her arms to stop her. Let go of me, she shrieked. Maya! Arun's everything. Serena, Ethan said firmly, stop. No, she cried. I hope you both fail. She stared at her like she'd slapped him. I wasn't yours to steal. Something in her snapped at those words. Her face twisted. I hope you both fail, she screamed. I hope you end up just like her, broke, alone, pathetic. Enough, Ethan said sharply. She tore herself from his grip, grabbed her purse, and stormed toward the door. Then she turned back, pointed at me with a trembling, hateful finger, and hissed, If you think this is over, Maya, you're dead wrong. And she slammed the door so hard a picture frame fell off the wall. Ethan exhaled shakily. I exhaled shakily. The room felt hollow. Then Ethan whispered, You know this isn't the end, right? I know, I said. She's going to retaliate. He nodded. And you need to be ready. I looked at the door. She just shattered her way through. Oh, I said with a slow, dangerous smile. I'm counting on it because Serena thought this was war. She had no idea. I had ammunition she didn't even know existed, and she was about to learn exactly what losing control really looks like. The morning after Serena's explosion, the condo felt different, quieter, heavier, like the walls were holding their breath. Ethan had fallen asleep on the couch, drained from the emotional demolition Serena delivered. I didn't sleep at all. I just sat at the dining table with a cup of cold coffee, staring at the folder of property deeds like it was a loaded weapon. Because it was, and Serena had no idea I was finally ready to pull the trigger. At 7:13 a.m., her war began. A text message. Serena, pack your things. You have 30 days to vacate my condo. I stared at the screen. 30 days? She was actually doing it. She was retaliating the only way she knew how. With control, with power, with property. But then a second message came through. Serena, and don't bother asking for more time. Actions have consequences. Oh, she wanted consequences. She was about to drown in them. A third message arrived. Serena. Also, return the spare key. I'll come tonight to collect it. I exhaled slowly, methodically, because somewhere between part 1 and now, I stopped being the quiet little sister who let people walk over her. No, I had become something Serena feared. Someone who knew the truth and someone who wasn't afraid of it anymore. Ethan woke up, rubbing his eyes. "What time is it?" "Time to finish this," I said. I handed him my phone. He read the messages. His face hardened. "She's unbelievable. She's terrified," I corrected. "She thinks she's still in control." He leaned forward. "What's the plan?" "Simple," I said. "We hit her where she can't spin, can't lie, can't manipulate her way out." Ethan blinked slowly. "Her parents?" "No," I said. "Her image." Because for Serena, reputation wasn't important. It was everything. She crafted a perfect persona. Hardworking, financially responsible, loyal, generous, a woman who built her success through grit, a woman who helped her struggling sister, a woman who fought her way to the top, but that persona wasn't real. And it was time the world saw the truth. Ethan frowned. "What are you thinking?" "Something she never expects," I said. "Transparency." I picked up the folder. The deeds, the notes, the rent receipts, the fake mortgage stories, the lies she fed everyone. Then I pulled out the screenshot I had taken of her goal list. Passive income stream from Maya. Seeing my name written like that made my blood boil all over again. Ethan inhaled. "You're going public?" "Not public," I corrected. "Selective." "Selective with who?" he asked. I smiled slowly. "Her fiancé's parents." Ethan froze. I continued. "They think she's a self-made woman. They think she's financially responsible. They think she's stable." And she lied about all of that. "Exactly." Ethan hesitated. "Are you sure?" "She tried to make me homeless," I said. "I'm done playing gentle." But before I could finish assembling the folder, there came another knock. Loud, impatient. Serena. "Open the door, Maya!" she screamed. Ethan stood beside me. "Ready?" he whispered. "Ready," I said. I opened the door. Serena shoved her way inside with no makeup, wild hair, and fury radiating off her like heat. "Give me the key," she spat. "Now." "No," I said calmly. Her eyes bulged. "What?" "No," I repeated. "I'm not giving you anything until we talk." She let out a sharp, humorless laugh. "Talk? Talk? After the stunt you pulled last night? After the lies you told for 2 years," I replied. "You owe me honesty." "I owe you nothing," she snapped. "You lived here because of me." "You survived because of me." Ethan stepped forward. "Stop lying, Serena." She spun toward him with fire in her eyes. "Of course you're defending her. He's probably been flirting with you behind my back." "Serena," Ethan said, "you lied to me about everything." Her voice cracked. "I lied because I loved you." "No," he said, "you lied because you wanted control." She flinched. "You're unbelievable," she whispered. "You two deserve each other." I held back a laugh. If she only knew. "Serena," I said softly, "I know you're selling the condo." Her eyes widened a fraction. "So what?" "So," I said, "I'm giving my notice too." She smirked. "Good. You can't afford this anyway." "Oh." I said, "I didn't say I was moving into another rental." She frowned. "What are you talking about?" And here it was, the moment I'd been waiting for. I lifted the folder. "I'm buying a home." She froze. Her entire face twisted. "You? You said you can't afford." "I couldn't," I corrected. "When you were draining me." She opened her mouth, but no sound came out. I continued. "The down payment I needed? It's sitting right here." I held up the receipts. The proof of 2 years of rent. $64,000. Her jaw unhinged. Ethan stepped in. "And my parents already know about your lies," he added. Serena's face snapped toward him. "You told them?" "No," Ethan said. "Maya will." Serena shook her head violently. "Maya, please don't do this." "Why not?" I asked. "You didn't hesitate to do it to me." She reached out, desperate. "Maya, I'm your sister." "You should have acted like it," I said, and then she collapsed. Right there, sobbing, begging, arguing, screaming, bargaining. But it was too late. The truth had already started unraveling her world. "I'll pay you back," she cried. "All of it. Every dollar, please. Just don't tell anyone." "No," I said simply. "You don't buy silence with the same money you stole." She screamed. Ethan flinched. But I didn't, because somewhere along the way, I stopped being afraid of her. Serena stood slowly, wiping her tears. Her voice dropped to a low, hateful whisper. "You ruined everything." "No," I said calmly. "I just stopped letting you ruin me." And with that, she left. No door slammed this time, no threats. Just the hollow sound of a person who finally realized they lost the one thing they used to control everyone. Fear. Ethan exhaled. "So, what now?" I looked at the rental receipts, the deed folder, the calendar. "Now," I said, smiling for the first time in months, "I buy my own home." "And Serena?" he asked. "She'll learn," I said. Property isn't the only thing someone can lose, and that was the truth. Because she hadn't just lost her income. She hadn't just lost her condo sale. She hadn't just lost her fiancé. She hadn't just lost her fiancé. She lost her power. And I finally got mine back.